Hello, my friends. This is Kathleen at Be Again Books. I'm so excited today to bring you the finished vintage journal. The cover is a recycled The House of the Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. This is a really old book. I've used my regular elastic button and bead closure. I will put a link to how I do this in the description box. Let's go inside and see what I have done. All right, so here in the front I have just this vintage envelope tuck. This is just some sketch paper that I have folded, put a sticker on. Here's a little index card, simple with a vintage stamp, collage, a label, and this is just a little collaged picture. Yeah, it's very kind of grungy, and a label there for a book plate. This is some old, really old paper that's yellowed nicely. This is an around the page element. The pocket here and a couple of little pockets on the inside. Coffee dyed this for journaling, and so that just fits around there and clips on with the rusted paper clip. This is just a funny piece of ephemera with some notes on it, and I was going to erase this so that you could journal with it, but I'll let whoever wants the journal, they can either keep it or erase it. And then on this side, let me center that a little better. I just have a little handmade ephemera card to clip in there. This is a piece of wallpaper border, some book page, some lace. This is a flyleaf page that I've used. Folded it over, and here is the card that I showed you in the last video, from a picture and some text, some vintage stationery, some other book page. This is another wallpaper border, so pretty, I think. And I've just made a large pocket there with that. Altered guest check. This is hand painted and illustrated. This is from the Godey's ladies book. It's from the turn of the century, at least, maybe earlier. This was a tip-in into the center, and so I just put this little lace pocket here, a button card, and another little journaling card. Here's the other side of that pretty paper. This is a fun little, just a little altered paper clip tuck there. You can see it here on the back. So lots of journaling papers, as usual. That's what I like to do. Here is the Bell Telephone Company of Pennsylvania. Local service bill with space to journal on the back. This is the other side of that wallpaper, and I've made a journal card that slides in there, pocket. Some coffee dyed paper, the other side of that really aged paper, some ephemera there. This is another little Z fold flip out with a little tuck there, and my K card, some more vintage note paper, Here's the second signature. This journal has 3 signatures, and it is really stuffed. This is some vintage typing paper, and just a collage there. Some pretty book page. I love green. It's just my favorite. It's just a letter or notes of some kind. This is a little flip, over the page flip. So plenty of room to journal. And then it just slides over here. Little collage there. Another little collage. Some shorts. This is a little flip out. This is a folded up paper from this large antique magazine, and this is a large interleaving tissue in Japanese, but there's lots of room to write on the back, and I have just folded that, and it just goes here in this fold-up pocket. Some engineer's paper here. And there's the other side of the vintage typing paper. This is a pretty William Morris print. Here. This is an atlas that I have folded up, and it's a little flip out. That's the center of the signature. Here's one of the cards that we made, the journal card. So lots of room for writing. Here is that little fold-up pocket that we made together. This is Burlington Northern. It's a vintage note paper, and that slides in here. There's the other side of that pretty magazine page. More vintage book page, scrapbook paper. This is a fold out. This was in a large art book, and so I've used that paper here. Here's the other side of that, and a card, a tag. This is a wraparound pocket, and I just loved that print. Again, it's a William Morris print, very vintage. Here's this journal card that I showed in the last video. Another flyleaf page. This is another around the page. Oh no, this is a flip out. Yeah, so that flips out, and that tucks in there. And then on this side is a pocket with journal space, and just a vintage recipe card. This is the calendar page that we did with some frottage here, and these are just a couple pieces of vintage ephemera. This is from a desk calendar, 1938. This is an old ledger page, and I have reinforced that with some washi tape there. Here's another around the page element, and just a sewn journal card there. This is the back of a letter. It was written 1961. Here's the title page, coffee dyed. This flips out. On this side, this is an altered postcard. And I've just done a little collage in here, just a couple of pieces of, this is just some interesting paper. Would be fun to write on it. Some ledger. This center is a garden page, and I've just done some stickers here. This little flip out that I put in with a piece of lace. Here's the flyleaf pocket, and I decided just to kind of leave that kind of plain. 1953 canceled check and a collaged journal card from a book page. This is a vintage Happy Birthday Mother. Lots of room for journaling in here, so you can just completely unfold it and journal, and then it is kind of a hidden journaling, and it just slides over one of these shorts. I just thought the colors were so pretty for this journal. So I'll flip out more. This is coffee dyed, but it was on a rusted cookie sheet, and so it interacted some way and made this gray color, which I thought was very interesting. Here's our gentleman, and another flyleaf paper in the back. This is just one of those little stacked, scrappy notebook kinds of things. I've just stapled it in, and it can be journaled. And then just again slides over one of the shorts. This is a really beautiful vintage button, shell button. Here's more ledger. Here's the other side of our calendar page. And I put some lace there, and then did the frottage again on this side. And this time I just turned the corner down for a little tuck. There's just some little crinkled seam binding. Here's another vintage postcard, and I have sanded the edges, and then put this little, this is a faux wax seal from the Dollar Tree. And here is the title page, journal card. And the last pocket is this pretty matte paper and a sanded paint chip. Just made a little collage and another collage on this book page. So there's a big tuck here in the back for big papers, and then this smaller tuck here. And here's the back cover. I really liked this vintage looking fabric, cotton fabric. And that's the end. You can see how stuffed it is. Yeah. Thanks for your attention. I appreciate it. I am going to list this journal on Etsy, so watch for the link in the description box. So we've ended the vintage series, and that kind of brings us to the end of the whole Style-Wise series. I will link the playlist in the description box for all of the different styles that we've done. You know, I've been working on this now for several months, and now I'm just back to normal, which is always vintage. So every now and then I do steampunk, every now and then I do boho, every now and then I do something kind of whimsical. I'm looking forward to doing a kind of a surreal journal. That is going to be interesting. But for the most part on this channel, I do vintage things. So I will be back. I have 2 other journals that I want to show. So just in a couple days, I will be back with another vintage journal to show you. Thanks for your time. We'll see you again with the next project.